Getting stuff set up for the stream that I'm about to do. I ended up missing a meeting yesterday. I'm not happy about that one. We're going to do external headphones. All right, let's get the stream up on my iPad. By the way, if you're watching the VOD of this on YouTube, one thing I want you to know is if you go to my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/code in color, CODEINCOLOR, you can actually get a different experience. I have music playing. Of course, I can't play music here because YouTube doesn't have great tools for stripping it out on the VOD, and copyright strikes can happen. So I don't route audio through my streams on YouTube. All right, let's make sure. All right, cool. So looks like the stream is up on YouTube, and it looks like we're good on Twitch as well. So I'm gonna be working on what I was working on yesterday, and that is getting some documentation in place. I don't want to call it documentation, but just like doing like a how-to guide for Superbase and One Signal. So as you can see, I have a little bit of stuff done, but there's a lot more to do. And it looks like where I left off was I created this function. So let's play this just to see what that looks like. Oh, looks like I can't turn down the audio on my stream on YouTube. All right, yeah, so that's all it is. So this is just showing how to create a function on using the Superbase CLI. All right, so. And I have no changes to commit, so I guess we can go ahead and jump into it. We'll get rid of that. And yesterday I decided that I need to have some type of copy here. So maybe I'll just, yeah, so entering the above command should result in the an interactive prompt how to configure a new Superbase project. I'm going to say this. Hopefully the antecedent is clear. All right, and creating a new function. Oh, yo, what's up? How you doing? It's been a minute. How you been? We could do the fun and games of me trying to figure out how to pronounce this. I'm gonna call it Dev Kaye. Kaya. I don't know. I'm gonna call you just Dev J. You're Dev J to me now. Superbase CLI. Um, uh, Create a function. Will add the structure and files. I'll just call it. We'll add the boilerplate for an edge function on your behalf. Man, all of a sudden I'm extra hungry. I'm really hungry now. All right, so we have created an edge function. So the next thing we want to do is we want to edit the edge function. So I suppose we'll just say write logic in that edge function. It looks like I should probably make this a title in edge function. All right, so in order to do this, I'll probably say open it in your IDE of choice. Superbase CLI. Maybe I should say, yeah, we'll say Superbase CLI will create a folder named folder with the name you specified in the function creation. Above. So in this case, actually, the name specified, we'll just put a little comma. Actually, this isn't a comma. I think this is a hyphen thing. One of these. It's a comma. All right, so we'll say whatever the name was that I did, which is here. I actually don't need these steps. Get rid of that. Okay, so Superbase CLI will create a folder with the name one signal push message. Which is specified in the function creation above. Sure. All right. To edit, open the open functions, send. Oh shit! It's not send notification. It's this right here. So I may need to recreate that function just so that I can have a screenshot because I want to use a screenshot. So we're going to open, well, XGX plane. Of course, humans can learn how to do anything, and money is just another action. I don't understand why a human can't learn how to make money when we can learn how to read, we can learn how to write, we can learn how to communicate, we can learn how to play sports. In my opinion, money is not any different from any of those other activities. All right, so we'll say functions, one signal push message, and index.ts. So here I wonder if it's worth, and I'm curious, like, is it worth me pointing out that functions are written in TypeScript? Um, we'll get rid of this function located in the name specified. So actually, I'll just take this right here. Uh, nope. Located in a directory. Uh, uh, with, we'll just say named. Named after the given name. The command. So in this case, oh wait, I can just copy this. Just take that like that. I think this is a case for EG. Oops, we'll do EG. And we'll just put that name there. Except this won't be a name anymore. This is going to be a path. So it's going to be one signal push message / index.ts. Yeah, I don't think we need that. We'll just do that. Then we'll add just a little note about functions in this logic. So we'll say, I can delete all of this, I think. So we'll say Supabase edge functions. Functions. I think this is a proper noun. I think, yeah, Supabase edge functions are, is making money a skill. Well, first of all, I don't think that you have to, like, I'm okay with, with answering questions. I don't know if you can see this, but there's an AMA tag in here. So, yeah, feel free to ask whatever questions you want. But to answer your question, yes, like with anything that we do, it is a skill set. I mean, making money is important, but I don't think it's the most important thing. Because let's say, for instance, that you make $1 million a year. Well, if you spend $1.5 million a year, you're worse off than someone who only makes $50,000 a year, who only spends $40,000 a year. So making money is, in my opinion, the wrong thing to think about. What you should instead focus on is your behavior and I guess your relationship with money, right? So a good example that I can give is my grandfather, who, as far as I know, never made over $50,000 a year in his life. He started out making, I think, less than $5 a day. Yet somehow, at the time of his death, he had a significant net worth. And compared to the amount of money that he's earned. So I would not focus on making money. I think that's silly, to be honest. And you could use myself as an example too. There was a period where I didn't work for almost 2.5 years. I wasn't making a lot of money, but I had money, and that was due to the nature of me saving. Like right now, I'm saving like almost damn near 40-50% of my income, and that's due to the fact that I'm paying student loans. Now I want student loans, and like maybe I move from this apartment, then I'll be able to save 70 to 75% of my income. So I think saving your money and then putting it into good use is it's a more sustainable thing than just focusing on making money. But of course, you got to make money, right? I'm not saying you don't have to do that. So we'll say super-based edge functions are written in TypeScript and run, or should I say and are run? And are run, I'll say and are executed, and executed in the Deno environment. Now I'm curious, man, XG, man, I'm gonna call you X-Plane. It's too hard for me to say that. I'm gonna call you X-Plane. When you say like learning about money, I'm not sure if I've done streams with like doing financial stuff. Maybe I have, because I do like, yeah. Let's just, I know a little bit about about finance and all that kind of stuff. So I'm curious, is that what you meant? Because if so, maybe I can do that at some point, but I would need the audience for it, right? So like if you can somehow scrounge up enough people to come in, and maybe it'll be worth my time. But till then, I gotta get other stuff done in the Deno environment. This carries a few implications. We'll just say this: functions are executed in the Deno environment. This carries a few implications. So we'll say the first implication is functions are written in TypeScript. The next one is, oh, wait. Super-based functions are executed in the Deno environment on the edge. It's obvious because it's called edge function. But yeah, you cannot install packages. All right. And then the next one, actually, yeah, I think this is just a couple of implications. And because this is only two, we can kind of get rid of that thing right there, and we'll just do that. All right, I wonder if I can turn off Markdown lint because it's starting to annoy me. Oops. How do I turn off Markdown lint? That is the question. I don't want to see it. It's noisy as fuck. Yes, I do know a little bit about finance. Um, so I don't talk about this much, but I'm technically in graduate school, or at least I was. I haven't enrolled in a while. I'm only a few classes away, but yes, for my electives at least, because I don't really like to do tech stuff, to be honest, especially at school at this point in my life. But all of my electives have been around finance. And one of the things that I've been considering is potentially enrolling for this upcoming semester, just to, just get like another class in, because I think I have 5 classes to go before I get my master's. And yeah, I've been contemplating taking a venture capital, just like understanding the finance side of that, in addition to taking like a property, well, not property. It's like enterprise development for real estate, because I also do real estate. So if you really want to make money, that's where you can go. Save your money, every time you get enough to of a down payment to buy a house, rent it out, and rinse and repeat over 10 to 20 years. You will, I won't say you'll easily make 7 figures a year, but it will be highly likely that you can make 7 to 8 figures a year just from that. All right, so how do I turn off this markdown line? This is really annoying me right now. Okay, I don't see it. Oh wait, here's a markdown limit. Okay, so how about I just, okay. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to deal with markdown, or I will just abandon doing it here and do it somewhere else where it will leave me alone with all these distractions. All right, you cannot install packages using npm, and hopefully, I'll say R yarn because some people be like, oh well, what about yarn? So maybe I can do that. I think yarn is capital, maybe. Let's see. Yarn package. Stuff like this where like a lot of folks would be like, oh, this doesn't matter. But if you're going to name something, you want to use their actual name. And npm, I believe, is actually just npm. So you cannot install packages using npm or yarn. Are there any other ones? Yeah, I don't think there are any other ones that I really need to worry about. So we'll say, to begin, or to add logic to the function open this in your text editor. All right, so we're gonna come here. So the first thing that we need to figure out, and I'm gonna just kind of like put this as a little thing right here. We need to figure out how do we import, right? So how do we import packages, given that we can't install them? After that, what else will we need to describe? Okay, I'll need to describe how do we get access to environment variables or the environment. And by extension, I also need to know how to set environment variables. And this is going to be locally. Yeah, so we'll say locally and on production. So I'm curious. So given that you would love to learn finance, I'm curious, why haven't you learned finance? I come from a place where if you want to do something, you do it. I can give you, I mean, if you just like, I don't know of any places to go, I can show you one. If you go and open the tab and you type in YouTube, you can actually use their search. If I can type, so you can just say finance and learn maybe. So here you are. So it looks like MIT has a whole open course. I haven't taken this. I go to the, I won't say where I go, but you could use this, right? Like this, it seems like it's a whole course, and it's, you can go and read the book. There's lecture videos. I imagine the syllabus talks about which book they're using. Let's see, maybe. Now, if you see this other stuff where it's like you need to understand single variable calculus or multivariate calculus, differential equations and probability, linear algebra. If you don't know these things, Well, it depends on like I would ask why, depending on where you are. Like if you are, you know, college age or beyond college age, I was like, why? But even if you don't know it, like you can click on here and you can actually learn these things, right? So, to be honest, calculus is incredibly useful, and when you build an intuition of how these things, like how this is working, instead of trying to just memorize formulas or whatever, calculus is actually not that difficult. I mean, it can be challenging, but it's not like we're over here creating calculus. Many men before us have already done that. All we had to do is just learn their ideas. What's the name of my editor's theme? Uh, that's a good. I don't know. Let's see. I don't even know. Dark. Yeah. I don't. Wait. Hold on. Uh, I think it's just dark. I don't really use. I don't really do themes. I find it mostly a waste of time and a distraction. But I think it's dark. Let me see. Theme preference color. Is it color theme maybe? Yeah, just GitHub dark default. Typically, I will be on a high contrast dark, but I think that sometimes it confuses people who other than me, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me see if I can find the high contrast dark. Yeah, here we are. So this is typically what I would use, but yeah, and I'm probably just gonna stick with this because this is actually what I prefer. And I guess the more, depending on who you are, you may hate my Comic Sans, but I'm using a custom font. So if you open up my font book, it's called Comic Code, and I'm using the one with ligatures. So ligatures, I don't know if you know what that means, but if we do this, you see how like it's together, or if I do that right there, you see how it's like together, or if I do an arrow, it's like that. So ligature support. Well, if it makes you feel better, I didn't go to school for finance either. I went to school for computer science. Well, that's what I ended up graduating with. So I actually went to school to do electrical engineering. I wanted to do computer engineering, so I kind of did a mix of electrical engineering. And I was also double majoring in computer science with two minors, one in music, one in Chinese. So I'm of the mindset that it doesn't matter what you study in school. Like I know a shit ton about a lot of things, and most of it I didn't study in school. For instance, I knew a lot about economics. Why? It's not because I took any economics courses. It's because I was interested in learning it. So, my friends they were in it. So like I saw what they were reading, and I just started reading. And as you read stuff, typically like in academic stuff at least, there's a bibliography. So like you just go to it and like you read all those things. Wikipedia is the same way. If you're doing research at the library, for instance, you'll whenever you're searching for books, they'll typically have other books that are related. I would do that. And I've been a long time listener of podcasts, actually since 2006. And I found, people who talked about these things, and that's how I learned, right? So like I said, I'm of the mindset that school is, I don't know, like school. I'm in school for something else, right? Like it's mostly because of the love for learning, not necessarily you're really gonna like. I don't know how to explain it. I'm rambling now. But yeah, you should definitely take a finance course. You should definitely take economics. You should even take things that you have zero interest in. For instance, for me, I took psychology courses. Taken philosophy courses, linguistics. For what it's worth, I like my undergrad is from a liberal arts college, and my graduate is also at like what's you would probably consider it liberal arts, where it's like more of a focus on holistic education, not just like, oh, you know how to do one thing, and if you can't do that one thing, you're useless. So like, I've taken religious classes. I've taken like literature courses, and I'm not talking about English literature. Specifically, I've taken Russian literature, Chinese literature. I think those are, yeah, it was mostly just those two. I've taken art, like art classes, um, mostly from my music, right? Because I used to do music. You probably can't tell, but I used to do music. What I like to tell younger folks is make sure you arm yourself with as much knowledge and perspective as you can, because that's how you solve problems. If you can only solve a problem from like one way or using one perspective, you're not really a great problem solver. And like when I look at my work today, like I didn't, if I would have just focused on computer science, I don't think that I would be able to do most of the things that I'm able to do now. Right? Like if you look here, I mean, you may look at this as like programming, but this isn't programming. I'm literally writing. It sure isn't Markdown, but like, communicating with another person via writing is incredibly important. And I'm sure you write essays, or you're told to write essays and all this kind of stuff, and you're wondering like, oh, this is useless. What does it have to do with my degree? That's the wrong way of thinking. What you should instead think about is like, it's building skill sets that you're going to need in your life. You need to communicate with people. If you can't communicate with people, well, you're not going to make money. So if you really want to make money, learn how to communicate. And that's, whether it be verbal or written. Then there's also nonverbal. That gets interesting too. Nonverbal communication. All right, so to add logic to the function, open, in your text editor. All right, so now we need to talk about how to import packages. We will need to import, gosh, I forgot the name. Shit, what's the name of it? Is it One Signal Node SDK? I don't know. Let's just check. One Signal Node SDK. What if I told you that I never learned how to type? What if I told you that? I never took a typing course in my life. I didn't grow up with computers, yet I can type for real, for real. When I say for real, I'm talking about like over 120 words a minute now. And, like just learn, for instance, right? Like there was a point where I didn't know how to walk. Same for you. You learned how to do it. So embrace failure, I think is important, Yeah, writing a lot is important, and you may find that it's hard. And that's because thinking is hard. And a lot of people, I don't know, they don't think well, right? Like I think writing is the best way to improve your thought process. Not only does it force you to organize your thoughts, but it also hold on, I gotta, man. So I fear that, oh, well, never mind. All right. That's going to get through anyways. That's my mom. Yeah. So unrelated to everything I was just talking about, yesterday I did a stream and people were texting me. And because of that, because I'm on stream and I don't want people just seeing all my personal stuff, I came up here and put myself in stream mode, or yeah, focus mode. I put that in stream mode. Here's the issue. Stream mode removes all notifications, and I ended up missing a meeting, a very important meeting. And yeah, not happy about that one. But I don't think there's a solution to this because, yeah, like I need to see notifications sometimes. Anyway, belaboring the point. Yeah, writing a lot in school is important, and you should also write on your own. I would not recommend you just do what the school says, and I'm a good example of that. I used to do something called creative writing, and I've actually won state like competitions in writing. Again, I don't. Well, you, all three of you know, but I don't really talk about these things that much because I don't see the point sometimes. But writing on your own is important, right? Like you should enjoy the things you do. You shouldn't have to be told to do something. Slaves get told what to do. And if you want to be a slave, then live that life. Instead, if you want to not be that way, do things proactively or take initiative and just do your own thing. So like write, just write about your day. That's a start. That's easy because it's something that already happened. Or if you don't like that, you can do creative writing, which is what I used to do. Or you could do, and poetry falls under this. I didn't do poetry. I did like short stories. Um, but you could do like poetry, and there's all types of forms of poetry that you can write. Um, if you are into music, you can rap, or you can sing if you're into that. So you can write songs if you're into that. Um, Music doesn't count. Writing music is not. It's not the same thing. And I say this as someone who used to also write music. I actually have written a few pieces, actually. Yeah, back in the day. Here's just to show you. There's a software called Sibelius. I think this is how you spell it. Sibelius. Maybe that's how you spell it. Oh yeah, here we are. Yeah, yeah. So because I'm a like because I used to do like music production, I was in the Pro Tools landscape and Avid, which I don't know. Oh yeah, they're Avid still. Okay, yeah. So Avid also had the software called Sibelius, which allowed you to not only input actual notes, just on the staff on the staff, but you can also play. So like you can play the stuff and then it'll kind of translate into actual music. Sometimes it will be right, and inevitably you would go back in and like you can edit stuff. You can understand. I don't know. Basically, if you've ever read music, it does all of the things that you'd ever want to do in order to like write music, which I think is kind of dope. All right, here, let me share this. I'm sorry. I just realized that I did all that talking, and there you are. So that's where you can learn about finance. I highly recommend you learn about economics, micro and macro. I think they're both important, and you can go even further and like, sure, this is going to introduce you to the subject, but don't think that because you've taken the course that you've learned anything, right? Like it's kind of a lifelong journey. Um, Read Adam Smith. There's a book called The Wealth of Nations that you should probably read, and it's your job to connect the dots, right? So you may be like, oh, this isn't that, but it's like it doesn't matter. It's your job to connect the dots. If you can do that, then like it makes you dangerous. All right. So did I confirm that it was? I feel like I was supposed to be confirming that it's one signal node SDK. Okay, no, it's not. Okay. Just all right. Let's see. Mm, sure. Well, oh, okay. I guess I just didn't have. Okay, let's just go to GitHub then. We'll go to one signal. One signal. No. Is it API? I feel dumb for not knowing this. I should know this, but I don't. Okay, it's API. Okay, all right, sure, sure. And actually, I want to go to the npm thing, so we'll come here. Okay, so to add logic to the function, we'll need to import one signal node API. All right. So here's something cool. So here I am writing something, and it's up to me to decide, what's the best way to get like whatever's in my mind into yours. And there are a few ways that I can communicate. Like I can take like a prescriptive thing where it's just like do this, do that, do that. Or I can be conversational, whereas my writing is almost as if I'm having a conversation with you. Obviously, we can't truly have a conversation because there's no responses, but I can assume that, right? So I can ask myself the question. And it's like, oh yeah, to start, we'll need to import this. And I can say, oh, well, as you'll remember, we are not able to install packages using the typical mechanisms. So we'll need to find another. So it's like there are different ways that you can communicate. You can tailor your style, and I think that's. I mean, honestly, that's what K through 12 is supposed to show you, right? You're supposed to learn all of the different like ways that you can write a sentence or communicate something, an idea. All right, to start, we'll need to import. All right, but as mentioned previously, or as previously mentioned, I think that's actually as previously mentioned. We can't install packages using the typical mechanisms. To get around this, we can use esm.sh. I think that's what it is, esm.sh. And I think this is actually a link, so we'll link this. So we'll say esm.sh. Oops, we'll get rid of that. Maybe if I put HTTPS, it will know that this should be a website. Let's try it again. Yep, cool, that works. And I'm just gonna copy what they have here. So we'll just say which is AFAS, global content delivery frame team. Yeah, this other part, yeah, you can get that from them. We'll just go with that. So this is plagiarism at this point, but I don't care because I'm shoveling traffic to them, right? So like, all right. Yeah, like taking up things you don't like is incredibly important, right? Like, I don't want to assume, but I am. I imagine that if you're watching me do this type of thing, chances are we are the same. Like we're both men. um, that's life. You're gonna have to do things that you don't like. So my recommendation to you is do it on your own terms because it's much better that way than if you let life hand you things that you don't want. Right? Hopefully that makes sense. So it's like discipline. That's how you build discipline. You do the things whether you like it or not. You do the things whether you want to or not. You do the things whether they're hard or not. And over time, you actually build up a skill set of being able to overcome adversity, which that's literally life. And if you're able to do that, then like again, that makes you. It differentiates you. I'll just say that at least it differentiates you from the crowd. You move out of average, which is by definition where most people are, and you move into the realm, or at least you get the possibility of moving into the realm of above average, right? And that's not to say that average is bad, or good or bad. It's just to say that where you want to be, figure out what people are doing and try not to do just that. Try to do more than that, or don't do it at all. Like one of the things that I've done recently is I've given up all sugar And this is after I came back from Korea with a sugar addiction. Because typically I don't really eat much sweets, but while I was in Korea, like I didn't realize how much sugar was in things, mainly because I don't read Korean. So I was drinking these juices and turned out like a little small 6 ounce container contains 70% of your daily intake of sugar. And I was drinking 5 to 7 of those a day. And yeah, I came back here and had a very strong sugar addiction. But I've been able to get off of it since then. So I'm not gonna explain this ESM thing. Like people can just read up on it. So we'll say to get around this, we'll use okay. We can import the one signal package. Package uh, by specifying a URL in which to font. Is that a command? Yeah, is that a command? Or are you asking me what font am I using? Because if you're asking me what font I'm using, it's comic code. I think here I can show it to you. Let's here I'll put a link to it. So we love fonts. Oh, but for what it's worth, so like one of the things that I am really interested in is fonts, and I learned more than any human should know about fonts. And yeah, here's one of them. This isn't what I want. Wait, what? Uh, we love fonts. Oh, it's typography. Is it typography.com? Yeah, go for it. Nah, it's not this. Or no, maybe. All right, damn. Now I don't know. All right, I have to find this out now. Let me check my email. I think I did this under code and color. So we'll do comic code. Oh, it's I love typography. My bad. Okay, here we are. So this site is probably one of my. Oh, look at this font. I like this. I like to just come in here and just like look at some of the fonts and just like sometimes I'll buy them, right? So the ones that like stand out to me, I'll buy it. Like this one right here. I actually love this font right here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and add that to the thing. But let's go to the comic code so we can. Cause I don't know if you were asking, so I'm just gonna give you the link to it in case you were. Come on now. All right, here we are. There you are. That is the font that I'm using. I will add that this is a paid font. So if you're like, I try to avoid using free stuff mainly because I understand that, someone created it, value exchange is important to me. And I don't do anything for free. So I don't think I should or I don't think I should, just freely take stuff without giving back. So we can import the one signal package by specifying the URL in which to download it. I don't know. I'll put up a word, but let's get that URL. So it's just right here. And I don't like the fact that I had to call out a beta. Like, let's see if there's a better way of getting this. Here's the issue though. When I do this, it's going to automatically get me the latest version, which is beta 4. Yeah, there, yeah. Oh no, it's beta 7. Okay, beta 7. When did that come out? That's new. All right, let's find that. I think I was just on it. Here we are. Oh no, okay, 17 hours ago. Wait, why are there so many releases in such a short period of time? Oh, thank God. Thank God. This is okay. I like this change. I need to give them props for this one. I like that. All right, yeah. Make sure I gotta give props when they're due. Okay, so it's now beta 7, which means that things are different now. So my code isn't gonna work anymore. Um, I'm gonna make this beta 7. Yeah, beta 7, and we'll go back. Cool. So we see here that when I link to this, it's going to return this stuff right here, this exports, and these themselves are links to other things. So if I come here and do that, you see that we get back the JavaScript. So effectively, this is being hosted like it's a CDN essentially, right? All of the code for our package is hosted here, and because this is the deno landscape and we import via a URL. This allows us to do just that. Now, of course, it's complaining because the tools are just trash in my opinion. They're not great. Let me check to see if there's a new version of Deno. Maybe there is. Okay, I'm using 1.2.4. Okay, Deno. Let's see if there's an easy way to upgrade. And this may not seem like it's important or useful, but I can imagine that if this is it, I can imagine that if somebody's going to follow this, I need to specify what versions of what I'm using. So I need to actually put that in here. I'll just in here somewhere. I'll just put this as a little note for now to explain for later. So we'll say I'm using Deno version 1.24.0. And now let's see if there's an upgraded version of Deno. So we'll do Deno upgrade 1.2.8. Okay, so all right, I was a few minor versions behind. So we'll do 1.2.8. And let's save this. Wait, is it beta 7 or 8? I forgot. I've already forgotten which beta we're on. 7, okay. All right, so let's save that and I'm gonna restart Visual Studio. All right, so 128, we're good. Let's see if there's anything that's worth committing right now. So I'll need to commit this. So we'll say use the latest version of Node API. All right, so some of the stuff I can go ahead and commit now. So I'll commit this chunk, this chunk, and this chunk. Oh, also, I'll commit all of this to that. Actually, I'm not going to commit that yet. So we'll just say this. So we'll say add descriptions for I don't know, included shell examples. Okay. Ah, shit. I'm gonna keep doing that. Okay. So there's actually two things here, and I don't quite know the difference between this. There's this export star, which is exporting this code. Or is this the same link? Maybe this is the same link and I'm just being dumb. Yeah, wait, yeah, never mind. I know it. Okay, this is the same link. So it's giving me two ways. It's doing a default export as well as a star export. Okay, we're good. Okay, import. All right, so it looks like I need to also create an example file for this. So I'm gonna copy it. Call this .env .example. And we'll just delete all of that. It's okay for me to show these because these values are actually wrong right now. But yeah, also I can change them at any point. So we'll go ahead and commit that. So add an example file. Ooh, I forgot to add the new line. So I think that I can link to that. So I'm gonna link to that. And so I want to say for this it's Supabase secrets. Yes, secrets. think I am gonna record this. So we'll do rack T, and we're gonna do super bass secrets, just so we can see that. And then we'll do super bass secrets list. It's just gonna return a digest. Wait, why did that not work? It's because I can't type. Yeah, so it'll return a digest. So this is all of my secrets here. And let's set a dummy secret right quick. So we'll do super bass secrets set, and we're gonna say test equals 1, 2, 3. I think I'm gonna have to re-record this. Yep, I'm gonna have to re-record this. So let's do that. We'll just say Control C to save that locally, and it's safe here. Okay. So we'll do unset. Cool. And let's do a list just to make sure it's gone. Yep. All right, so we got to do that again. All right, so I'm gonna do super bass secrets to do that, and then I'll do super bass secrets. I'm gonna do set first. Set, so we'll say test equal 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna do super bass secrets lists. Cool. So we'll cancel that out and let's record that. All right, that looks good to me. So let's change these settings. This is managing secrets with super bass CLI. Demonstration for setting and listing secrets using super bass CLI. Oh wait, secrets in super bass production environment. I need to add that to my, okay, shit. Wait. I need to add this to my dictionary. How do I, okay. Secrets to the super bass. Okay, sure, whatever. All right, we're gonna deal with a fragment. I'm gonna have an idle time limit of 2 seconds. We'll go ahead and save. And grab the markdown link. All right. Deno installed on your system. And I'll say all examples Uh, let's see if there's a help super base. Guess there's no way to know if there's a new version. Um, we'll just do brew update super base. Maybe there is a new. Okay, wait. The command brew itself. Oh, upgrade. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's one. Okay, so 114. And I guess I can link to that. So we'll do brew. So we'll do super base. Seriously? So it's definitely here. That's not what I wanted. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Brew. Super base. How in the world did I install this? I'm not doing the right search, maybe? Oh, okay. So, the npm. Super base tap. Okay, all right, sure. Oh, this is literally it. Okay. uh, maybe I'm gonna. All right, so I think I'm gonna have people use the Node version. I think that's the best thing to do here. So npm. All right. Is it possible to specify a version with npm in the URL? Yes, it is. Okay. So then this is going to be a link, and then dinner. I think well, okay, I can't do that. So I think I had to go to deno.com, denoland. Oops. Oops. So I've gone over how to import packages. That's done. How to access the environment. That's done. How to set environment variables locally and in production. That's also done. And I've also mentioned that I'm using this version, so that's done. So I think at this point I can start to commit. I can do some commits. All right, I think that looks good. Now, why is this complaining? I never changed that. I don't understand why it fucking changes what I do without my consent. All right, so I need to also talk about deploy steps. So let me go ahead and add that. Deploying, testing, and what else is there? I don't know for now, but that's good for now. So we'll commit some stuff. I may want to split this up because I want to get into this piece here. Actually, I don't think I have to explain this. I can just point people to it. There's not anything special that I'm doing other than I do need to update this to follow the new API. My gosh, I am so hungry. I might have to go. I might have to go. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna need to do this. Oh wait, no, I won't need to do this. But I may want to put a little note that says if you're starting from a Supabase project that you started locally, then you can link it. This thing right here. All right, I'll be back. I need to go eat. All right, I'm back. Mainly because one of my friends, we're going out to lunch. So I gotta wait. So in the meantime, I'm gonna drink this water. Okay. So I left off at realizing that I need to update this because the API has changed. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This right here does not warrant a release. These two. Well, this maybe, but probably not. Yeah, these aren't releases. We need to have a like an actual release branch that's separate from our like our I guess an internal development branch. Okay, so this new way of doing it is create configuration user key. Perfect. Oops. Okay, let's close this. Put that there. So I no longer need to do this auth message BS. I hated that. So oh, and we're using the correct casing user key, uh, and that's going to be user key token. Uh, Make sure I see that in our docs. So one of the things, all right, so that I can explain what's happening. So I see this user key right here and this app key, but in our product, we don't use that anywhere as far as I know. So I'm gonna say user key. So all our SDKs use that, but nothing else does. Like, that's not an API anywhere. So let's look for it here. The app ID? App key. What an app key is. I don't know what the hell an app key is. Oh, is that not the app ID? So I gotta jump ahead right quick because I need to deploy this to test it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and deploy this right quick. Super base deploy. Is it functions deploy? Yeah, it's functions deploy. Okay. Then the function name. Okay. Function name is sends notification. What? Relative import paths with HTTP not prefixed with const. What is this talking about? The hell? All right, now I want to compare this with what Deno claims to be a good developer experience, the best developer experience without the learning curve. I strongly disagree because there's a strong learning curve. The fact that this is TypeScript, which isn't even like a real thing, it compiles to JavaScript, is like it's forcing people to do that, and then like it doesn't work. This error is useless. It doesn't even tell me where it's like where this is failing. Pretty sure, yeah, this is definitely the right URL. That's for sure. All right, I'm gonna create a new function because I have a suspicion that because I updated the CLI, maybe things were changed somehow. So let's do superbase function new. Is it functions or yeah, I think it's functions new, and we'll just call this a test. Okay, I don't think there's anything new here. There's definitely nothing new. Ah, fuck, shit. Not the command I want to run. Let's hope that this works. No. It's this HTTP thing that's failing. And they're using HTTPS deno.land standard at 132. This is what I'm using. Maybe there's a newer version. All right, let's try 164. 0.164.0. Let's try that. All right, I'm going to do this test function again just to see what version it's importing. They're importing 131. Why does it think this is a relative import? All right, so it looks like the consensus is that the Deno plugin is not working. And oh my gosh, I can't even install it? So they're gonna force me to use this broken ass piece of shit software? So it can't find it, but it's here. It's silly. And this is here. Gosh. Anything even happening? Like, what's going on? Hmm. Maybe it's working now. Maybe this is working. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is just copy this or duplicate it. And we're gonna use this as the URL. Oops. Ah, I see. Okay. Uh, Wait a minute. Do I see? Maybe I don't see. Functions v1. Interesting. How does it how does it know which one to call? Invalid shot. Okay, so I need to put in authorization. Create. So I want to add a new environment, and this environment is going to be local. I'll move that to here. And I need to take the things that it's given me, like this right here, and put that under here. All right, we get an error. This is good. It's a 400. Not really sure what that means. But maybe I need to send notification endpoint. App ID not found. You may be missing a okay. Oh, okay, it's working now. All right, well, at least it's working locally. This is, I don't know, saying app ID not found. So app key is REST API. Wait, okay, app key is REST API key. Okay, so it says user key. Okay, user key is user auth key. Hello. Okay. Can you come up? I'm in the middle of in something. I need like 10 minutes. All right. You know what unit I'm in, right? Uh, it's 22. Hey. Yeah, 22. All right. Appreciate it. Okay. App not found, but I'm pretty sure. I'm willing to put money that this value does exist. In fact, I should be returning the body. No. Honestly, I'm not sure why this isn't returning. It's returning. Wait. App ID. It's returning the headers and the status. Hello. Who is this? Yeah. Who is this? All right, maybe I can just log it out. Maybe we'll see. So I'm only doing app ID just to make sure that it's I can write to the console. Undefined. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Maybe this is a non-issue. It's not loading the environment for some reason. All right. Let me go ahead and delete this test. I don't need it. Oh my god. Fuck. This is why I have my shit on focus modes. Hello. All right. Yeah. Send them up. Yeah. Console.log. App ID. Cannot find. Okay. All right. I wonder if this deno.env is actually like broken. All right. Maybe this is another issue. We'll do. Developers. I wonder if. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Maybe this is my bad. Don't play with the squeak. Give me like I'm debugging some issue. Give me a minute or two. All right, so it looks like if I do m file and specify, maybe it'll work this time. Because I do have the two, so it could be that because I have two .m things, maybe it doesn't know which one. So maybe this is a non-issue. Hopefully, we'll see. All right, so we'll just check. No, it's still broken. Okay, all right. So JSON text. All right, I'm returning these headers, which don't matter to me right now. And yeah, I'm still getting this app ID. Okay. All right. So, all right. I'm about to go to lunch, so we're going to end this here.